Thank you, Nanukshita, for providing me this opportunity. I'm really glad to talk on my own experiences, how I'm facing and I have faced the 8 worldly winds, and how Dharma is particularly helping me to face it more. I will just start with the verse in Mangala Sutta saying that Futtas loka dhammehi chittang yanasam samkapati asokang virasang khemang etang mangala muttama, which means he whose mind does not flutter by contact with worldly contingencies, sorrowless, stainless and secure. This is the supreme blessings. So this is what Mangala Sutta says. Futtas loka dhammehi chittang yasanakampati asokang virasang khemang etang mangala muttama, whose mind does not flutter with these 8 worldly winds, sorrowless, stainless. He strives in this world, and that's the supreme blessings. So the world living are all the times blows in this samsara, and it's keep affecting you all the time. It's create difficulty for you all the time. But the Dhamma always helps you to be unmoved in many difficult situations actually with the worldly winds. But it's not that easy. As Subhuti always says, life is difficult. He used to say in Marathi, Jindagi mushkil hai, or Hindi, Jindagi mushkil hai. So life is always difficult because all the time your ego wants a pleasure, your ego wants a gain, your ego wants a praise, your ego wants always a fame, not defame. But samsara is not like that. Life is not like that. You always faced with the difficulties, pleasure or pain. Sometimes criticism happens to you. Many people blame you. So you have to all the time face these 8 worldly winds. In my case, when I refer to myself actually in regards to these 8 worldly winds, what I found at the very beginning, at the age of 12, I lost my father. And that was a great loss for me. Sort of a fatherly shelter had just gone from my head, you could say, and I was a boy for nobody caring for. I was a boy actually who was sort of neglected in that small society as not having a father. But that loss actually, which really was painful for me also. But Dhamma helps me to get rid of that. When I first came in contact with TBMH, then I got sort of a very friendly atmosphere there. I got love there. I got sort of a Kalyan Mitrata, spiritual friendship, which was sort of then for me a fatherly friendship to start with, warm friendship to start with. So that lost actually, my father's loss was sort of it was beard or with the order members where I was from actually, they helped me to come out of that difficulty, not feeling now very insecure, not feeling that I am neglected. So that way in my early Dhamma life actually, Dhamma helped me, the order members helped me to get rid of this first worldly wind actually, as I experienced myself. I'm not going to talk about all the 8 worldly winds. I'll just pick up 1 or 2. So that the last is one thing actually I just picked up. Another thing happened actually regarding talking with the lost. I was working for the ordination team, and I was working for the TBMH, and all of a sudden my job particularly was about to stop, and I was nearly losing my job because of certain reasons. And I was, again, a tremendous insecurity, financial insecurity, as well as there was a family dependent on me. So it was a sort of a strong insecurity feelings actually arose because of seeing that actually my job is going to lose. Again, a spiritual friendship comes to help me. One of my very close friend, Kalyan Mitra, which is Subhuti, really sort of encouraged me not to fear in that situation. Rather courageously stand on my legs actually, and he assured that don't worry, things will be fine, and he himself take initiative to secure my job. That way, sort of again, Dharma and friendship really helps me to work on this tremendous worldly being, which was nearly taking away my job from me. So that way, I experienced that. Then another thing actually I experienced as I was very young age ordained as a Dharmachari, just in 19 years, and I went to Aurangabad and I started taking responsibilities and giving talks. So many people started praising me. Many people started praising me. Even a older woman would come and she would touch my feet as I gave a good lecture. Actually, she would do that. And as soon as she touches my leg, I used to feel that actually, I shouldn't be feeling pride, because pride is boosting you. So I got many opportunities actually where always pride was about to be boosting me, and I keep telling myself that actually means these things you are getting, it's because of Buddha, it's because of Dr. Ambedkar, and it's because of Bhante Sangharachita. Yes, you are contributing some karma into that, some positive karma into that, but don't get boosted by this praise. Don't get fatter by this praise. Actually, means you got other side of your life also, which are not that appreciable. You need to work on that them. So that way I keep telling myself actually, without boosting myself or fattening myself like a frog actually, which one day just get burst. So that way I was working on myself, telling that actually there is always another side. So I've been always sort of faced with tremendous rejoice, and I always keep telling myself actually you have to be aware. Dhamma was helping me actually, my practice particularly was helping me to say that, look Yashosagar, this could be taking you away from the Dharma, this could lead you to the egoistic side of you if you are not aware, and keep remembering that, keep coming back to the reality that there are many other things actually, many positive things I need to do, so I should not get fattened by this praise. As I was getting a praise actually, I was taking responsibilities, but there was a time actually when I faced strong criticism also. I started translating for Subhuti and Vajragupta. So it was my first starting actually on translating, and many senior order members, they immediately started criticizing how this boy who knows very little bit about English and could stand with Subhuti and translate. So those kind of strong comments used to come, and it was really difficult to bear those strong comments. Again, Dhamma helps me, my patience helps me, particularly Kalanmitata helps me, which keeps encouraging me that, okay, people will say this. If you are doing good thing, keep it doing. If there is anything you need to change in your translation, do that. But don't get upset. Don't get disheartened, don't get discouraged. So that way Dhamma and Kalanmitata keep always helping me. Then another thing I was faced with, that is again a strong criticism when I joined the ordination team. I was very young, and being young in the team, people wouldn't accept me actually easily that how this young boy could be on the team. Team is really important. And then I have to really tell myself that actually I need to be patient. I need to prove myself with the practice of Dharma. I prove myself with the practice actually which I'm doing. So that way I was working on the criticism actually I used to get. So many negative comments I had to face, but I worked through that. Recently I've been, we've been actually, not myself only, we've been just given a teaching by Subhuti. In that teaching he says that one day people will give you a flower, and next day they will throw bricks to you. So remember that. If you get a flower one day, don't get fattened by that. Always remember there is a brick coming. And if you get a brick, don't get disheartened. Remember always there is a flower waiting for you. So that's been my practice actually. Whenever I get a praise, I think that there is somebody definitely blaming me for something. And if I get blamed, I always think that actually there are some people who might be praising for me, so I should not get fattened and disheartened. It's not easy actually. Means Dhamma again teach you another thing, that unless you have real insight into the Dharma, the 8 worldly winds always keep moving you. Only the insight finally stops you moving in a real sense. I got a small story. Do I have time? I got a small story about it. A Jain master who was having a friend, very good friend. One day, with his the friend actually, with his good practice, he thought to write a poem, and he wrote a poem like this. He wrote that, bowing with my highest respect to the Devas of Devas, that is Buddha, whose fine light illuminate the whole universe. The 8 winds cannot move me, for I am sitting upright on the golden purple lotus blossom. And he wrote this poem and sent it to this Jain master for the verification, and thought that actually he would get a praise, a strong praise in return. And that they later went to the Jain master, and Jain master only wrote one word and sent that back to this friend. And after, means as soon as that letter arrived, the friend thought that actually that this would be a sort of appreciation or acceptance or verification, proper verification of this poem. And as soon as he opens that letter, the only one word was written, and that was fart, which fart, which means utter nonsense. And the friend was very upset. He immediately crossed over the river, sailing the boat and crossed over the river. And as he just stepped down from the river, the master was there to waiting for him. And as soon as he got down, the friend asked him actually, look Jain master, being a very good friend, I can understand if you are not going to praise my poem, but how you could insult me? It's fine not to praise it, but how you could insult me? And very innocently, being innocent, Jain master said that, how could I? Because in your poem you said that 8 worldly winds cannot really move you. And how come actually you traveled immediately with that one word, cross over the river and come to here, when the 8 worldly winds are really not moving you? So merely saying that actually 8 worldly winds are not affecting you is not enough. The only insight will really stop you moving from that. We can try with the Dharma not to really move. We can see it as a momentary. They will come and pass away. If you could practice that, definitely will lead to have a lesson and lesson effect on us, and that will we can survive in this samsara. Thank you very much.
I understand that there's urgent need for funding. You're doing very good work with the men's ordination team in Pune, and I understand also the women's ordination team as well. They've both got a very urgent need for funding. If they're to carry on this useful work, I think you're helping people to learn to face the worldly winds and how to deal with them. So I think your work is contributing to that. So I think if you'd just like to say anything about if people would like to support you.
Yes, means I definitely would like them to support us. It's a huge situation, and men and women ordination team are really working, helping many Indians, women and men, to be in touch with the Dharma, not only in the touch with the Dharma, but deepen their going for refuge in the Dharma. And we definitely urgently needing a support, or financial support from our friends, brothers and sisters. So I really request them to consider this and help us.
So I think the website is Indian Dharma Trust, isn't it?
It is, I think, Indian Dharma Trust.
Yeah, so we will put details for people to see. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.